What's up, fellas? It's Rubin back again with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about the differences between generalized anxiety and social anxiety, how they kind of tie together, how they're different. And I want to make this video in order for you to understand the differences and therefore have more clarity with your recovery. So anxiety in general, it's generally a worry about the future, but the fear and the worry gets so intense that your body just is overcome with this activation, this heightened state. And so let's talk about the general anxiety. This can be more so, general anxiety is about your worries about the world in general. The world isn't a safe place. The world is chaotic, which it can be, right? But it kind of depends on, are your fears proportionate to what's really out there? The fears that you're feeling inside, are they really proportionate to your external environment? So you could have fears about your health. You could have fears about traveling, finances, all of these anxieties. That can be a more general anxiety. And for these types of, or these forms of anxiety, a lot of the time you can tackle these fears or these worries with more general treatments. Like sometimes you can even go for a run, go to a fitness class, your anxiety levels will drop. Other things that you could do, like meditation, listening to music, just anything to do to bring those general anxiety levels down. Now, these things are often ineffective for social anxiety. Why? Because social anxiety is more interpersonal. So it's more about feeling like people are unsafe or people are chaotic and that you are not safe around people. It's more of a fear. I call it a fear of people. And it can show up in your life in a number of ways. But in general, it's a fear of people. And when you're coming into contact with people, certain people are pinging off you with their energy, and that's triggering a response inside of you. So no matter what you do, no matter how many runs you go on, no matter how much exercise you do, meditation it's an okay step, but it's often just the first step in the right direction. So you can meditate till you're blue in the face. You can clean up your diet and start eating better. You can get a better job. You can be more financially stable. But that interpersonal reactivity and sensitivity, for like when it comes to your nervous system and other people pinging off you and you having the strong reaction, those general fixes or those general solutions won't work for social anxiety. Now, people can have both. Like they can be worrying about a ton of stuff in their general life, but then they could also be dealing with the social anxiety, and they can often translate. So what I mean is, like, if a person doesn't take care of their general anxiety, their general mental health, and they're already having like a sensitized body, high anxiety levels, picture what that's going to do when that same person goes into a social interaction and there's this interpersonal pinging and energy transfer. Think of how their body's going to react. And so it's really important to have this stuff really dialed in. The general anxiety, it needs to be dialed in because it does have an effect on the social anxiety. But just because you have the general anxiety down to a like a normal state, your body in a normal state with the general anxiety, doesn't mean that you're going to be in good shape socially or interpersonally. And I actually found this the case too. I'll give you an example. I used to go to jiu-jitsu with my last job. I used to go to jiu-jitsu at lunchtime. I go to jiu-jitsu and I'm like 5'9", 5'10". I was, I gained a lot of weight now, but I was probably around 165, 170 around at the time. And because I was really good at jiu-jitsu and doing techniques, I could literally wrestle down, throw people over my head, run around to their back, like chokeholds, just like beat them into a submission in a friendly way, like it's training, right? Not aggressively, but in a friendly, competitive way. Guys that were like over 6 feet tall, 250 pounds, people that had 100 pounds on me. I could wrestle them. I could manhandle them, which is great for your general confidence, right? But doing that kind of stress relieving activity, I found that as soon as my anxiety would go down, but as soon as I went to a work meeting, I would be in a work meeting, and then when it was time for the managers and stuff to start questioning me and calling me out, I would freeze up. Like completely freeze up, not stand up for myself, not assert myself, quivering voice, not even be able to just stand on my own 2 feet in those meetings. And that's how bad, that's the big difference, right? Like you could take care of your general anxiety, but social anxiety, it's a different kind of beast, because it's people mirror what's happening inside of you. They will trigger something inside of you, and it's a different type of energy that these general kinds of remedy solutions just won't work for. And so overall, it's good to work, it's good to always be working on the general anxiety, like your baseline state of anxiety. It should always be like comfortable, low over here on this side with the general anxiety. You never want your body in a heightened state. But if you want to work on your social anxiety, you have to do specific exercises, specific healing, and specific kinds of treatments that deal specifically with social anxiety, interpersonal dynamics, interpersonal dynamics that trigger certain wounds within you, certain traumas within you. And that is the only way, in my experience anyway, to get better from social anxiety. So I hope this video helps you navigate between the two and maybe relieve some of that confusion between the two and how they're related and how they can kind of have an influence on each other. So if you did find it helpful, what you can do is join my free private Facebook group. I'll link it below the video. And we got videos just like this, videos, resources, articles, everything in there. You'll have access to me. You can ask me questions in there, and access to the guys in the community. And it's just a solid, supportive brotherhood, and we'd love to have you in there. So until next time, I will talk to you later. All right. Thanks for watching the video. See you guys.